think it's really good that this episode had a training montage in it. Well, it really wasn't a montage, but there was training this episode. So that lets me know and makes me feel better when they're in battle and they actually do something to where I'll be like, hey, I don't think they can actually do that. I know they have been training, so they can just go back to them training, and then I can just be like, oh yeah, okay, now they've been training, so they can work together like this. Because if they would have just went into a battle and they just worked together perfectly, I'd have been like, I don't like that too much, man. But this episode was mainly focused around that training. And my man's name, it's too hard to say, like for real, for my English speaking. So I'm just calling him Yo. My man Yo was going around following this guy named Ogla. His name was Ogla. And he was following him around because the dude was kind of shady. And I was like, yeah, I want to know more about this dude too. What is he doing? But I really didn't like how Yo was following him around and demanding that he tell him what was going on with him. It's like, who are you, man? Like, I don't know you. You just got here. Who do you think you are and stuff? That's what I was thinking in the whole entire episode when freaking dude was following him around at the end of this. And then all you find out is that he doesn't have a convenator. So he needs to get one of the monsters that they captured as his convenator, because one of the monsters come from the other dimension and they could just fuse with a regular human and become their original form. But he needs a convenator, which he doesn't have one. So he needs to get that monster that's just been sitting in that little box or whatever to become his convenator. And the monster seemed like it was actually going to work out until Yo came in there and stopped it and stuff, man. And I learned some stuff in this episode about like all about the verse and logics and trace and stuff. Like all living things have 1,000 logic cards within them. Meaning, I don't know if it's whether it's DNA or whether it's your entire being. All living things. He's talking about trees, grass, fish, animals, like maybe even the world. I don't know, and people and stuff. Like all living things have 1,000 logic cards in it. And so, like the convenators that come from this other dimension, they have 1,000 logic cards in it. And when you combine yourself with your convenator, y'all both share y'all cards. So I guess they bring 500 of their cards, and you bring 500 of your cards, and that comes together and that creates 1,000. But what Yo did that made him get booted out of Hong Kong, because he's Chinese, by the way, and I learned that in this episode and stuff, where what made him get booted out of Hong Kong and get transferred over to like down to a village A and stuff, and he's just a nobody until his convenator found him, was that he used 1,000 of his cards and 1,000 of his convenator's cards and combined them, and that was my computer, they became 2,000 logic cards, which became an overtrace. And it's the last ditch effort to join together your logic cards. When you use both of them, you fall paradox sick and stuff. I'm reading this off my notes and stuff, man, because I couldn't remember this. And your personality gets destroyed. However, you cannot use it unless the chief gives you permission. Now, my theory on how freaking Yo used his, because when you saw in the first episode, they was like, no, I don't want you to do that. Don't do it. But he still somehow overtraced. So my theory about that is, like, I think once you reach a certain level to where you and your convenator have been together for so long, y'all transcend actual protocol and y'all can actually do what y'all want to do with both of y'all cards and stuff. But once he did that, he lost his personality and he became paradox sick. So I think that gave him another personality by giving him some more cards to the ones that he lost, and that's how. And then they transferred him over to Japan and stuff. That's where he became like a village A and stuff like that, just a nobody and stuff, man. And a trace is when a logicalist borrows a convenator's powers. Like that's when a trace, like when him and his convenator like hold hands and stuff, and you see them joining, that's a trace. And then a trace jack is when a foreigner, that's what they call the monsters, actually steals the body of a human being and becomes what they originally were and stuff. And that was pretty good, learning all of that in this episode and stuff, man. Like I really learned a lot. Like it freaking helped me out and stuff. And I'm enjoying these episodes even more, man. Like I'm starting to laugh now at my girl with the sword. I forgot her name. But she's funny, man. Like, for real. I was laughing throughout this whole entire episode how she was going in slow motion, and then the freaking monster just ran up into her and hit her. She was like, ah! Like, that made me laugh. And plus, when they was taking that test, that was 500 questions. Like, God. The SAT and ACT ain't even got that many questions, man. Oh, they might do. Because we was in there for a minute. I remember when I took that, I was in there for a while, man. At least like 4 hours or something. It was a long tail test, man. So, yeah, they probably got that many questions, man. Because when they started, it was daytime taking the test. And then once they finished taking the test, it was nighttime. So, yeah, man. But let me know your thoughts on this freaking episode and what you think of the series of now. Let me know if you know if there's a manga. If you do know if there's a manga, can you leave a link down in the description so I can know? Not in the description, but you know, in the comments and stuff, so I can go and read it and check it out and stuff, man. Because I don't want to get too spoiled because I'm just trying to enjoy it. But at least let me know if there's a manga, if you know it or not, man. But that's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Like things I had to say, man. Like this video, share, subscribe, and all of that, man. But I'm nearly awesome. You're awesome. Stay awesome. I love your faces. Peace, one love, and I'm out. See you in the next one.